The Sahel region of West Africa witnessed a seismic shift in the geopolitical landscape with the emergence of the Alliance of Sahel States, or AES, in 2024. This alliance, comprising Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, signaled a new era of cooperation and self-determination. The formation of AES was the culmination of shared challenges and discontent. It followed a series of military coups, reflecting a yearning for change. July 6, 2024, marked the formalization of a mutual defense pact. This pact laid the foundation for a new power bloc in West Africa. The AES, headquartered in Niamey, Niger, aimed for a more autonomous Sahel region. The decision to form the AES was a bold statement of intent. It signaled a new force determined to chart its own destiny. The shared experiences of its member states created a powerful impetus for collective action. The formation of AES heralded a new chapter in the history of the Sahel. To understand the AES, one must delve into the turbulent years preceding its formation. A wave of military coups swept through Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, driven by deep-seated grievances and a yearning for change. These coups were interconnected expressions of discontent against insecurity, economic stagnation, and perceived foreign interference. Mali experienced two coups in quick succession in 2020 and 2021. The Malian people, grappling with a deadly insurgency and disillusionment, were receptive to the military's promises. Burkina Faso followed in 2022, ousting the democratically elected government. The military's rise was fueled by frustration with the government's ineffectiveness in combating terrorism. Niger experienced its own military takeover in 2023. The Nigerian coup was driven by security concerns, economic woes, and allegations of corruption. These coups, while condemned internationally, resonated with many within each country. They were seen as a necessary step towards dismantling a system plagued by corruption and inefficiency. The common thread was a desire for change, for security, stability, and self-determination. These aspirations formed the fertile ground from which the AES would eventually emerge. The Alliance of Sahel States emerged from the crucible of political upheaval, with a clear set of objectives aimed at transforming the Sahel region. At the heart of the AES's mission lay a fundamental commitment to mutual defense, ensuring the collective security of its member states against external threats and internal instability. This principle of collective security, enshrined in the Alliance's founding charter, represented a departure from the previous reliance on foreign powers for security assistance. The AES, however, aspired to be more than just a military alliance. It sought to champion the principles of sovereignty and self-determination, enabling its member states to chart their own course free from undue external influence. This commitment to self-determination resonated deeply with populations who had grown weary of what they perceived as neo-colonial interference in their internal affairs. Beyond mutual defense and sovereignty, the AES placed a paramount focus on achieving lasting regional security and stability. The alliance recognized that the interconnected nature of the threats facing the Sahel, particularly terrorism, required a coordinated and comprehensive response. This realization spurred the creation of a joint military force, a tangible manifestation of the AES's commitment to tackling shared security challenges head-on. The pursuit of economic independence emerged as another cornerstone of the AES's agenda. Seeking to break free from the shackles of historical dependencies, the alliance embarked on initiatives aimed at fostering economic self-reliance, reducing reliance on foreign aid, and promoting intra-regional trade. The AES's objectives reflected a bold vision for a transformed Sahel, a region where security, stability, and prosperity were no longer distant dreams, but achievable goals. The alliance's success in realizing these objectives, however, would hinge on its ability to navigate a complex web of internal and external challenges, as well as the unwavering commitment of its member states to the shared vision of a brighter future. A testament to the AES's commitment to collective defense, the alliance moved swiftly to establish a joint military force, a formidable symbol of its resolve to secure the Sahel from within. This 5,000-strong force, drawn from the ranks of the member states' armies, represented a concrete step towards pooling resources, sharing intelligence, and coordinating military operations against common threats. This joint force, however, was more than just a collection of soldiers and equipment. It symbolized a new era of security cooperation in the Sahel. The decision to establish a joint military force was driven by the shared experiences of Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso in combating terrorism and transnational organized crime. Each country had, in the past, relied heavily on foreign partners for military assistance, often with mixed results. The creation of the AES joint force marked a departure from this approach, signaling a desire for self-reliance and a belief in the ability of the Sahel states to guarantee their own security. The joint force's mandate was comprehensive, encompassing a wide range of tasks, from conducting joint patrols and securing porous borders to sharing intelligence and conducting counter-terrorism operations. This broad mandate reflected the multifaceted nature of the security challenges facing the Sahel and the AES's determination to tackle them head-on. The establishment of a joint military force was a significant achievement for the nascent alliance. It not only enhanced the AES's ability to respond to security threats, but also fostered greater trust and cooperation among its member states. The success of this joint force, however, would depend on a number of factors, including the efficient coordination of operations, the equitable sharing of resources, and the continued commitment of member states to the collective security of the alliance. The AES sought true sovereignty, aiming to break free from the CFA franc, a colonial vestige. This ambition symbolized their determination to chart an independent economic course. The AES planned a regional development bank and a new currency to foster economic independence. These initiatives aimed to create a prosperous future for the Sahel. The AES's emergence led to significant diplomatic realignments, forging new partnerships and redefining existing ones. Traditional partnerships with France strained as the AES adopted a more assertive stance. The AES expelled French military bases, signaling a shift towards self-reliance. New partnerships with Russia, China, and others provided alternative support. The AES's diplomatic realignments marked a significant shift in the Sahel's geopolitical landscape. In January 2024, the AES withdrew from ECOWAS, marking a turning point in regional dynamics. This decision highlighted frustrations over ECOWAS's perceived ineffectiveness and bias. The withdrawal had significant implications for both the AES and ECOWAS. It signaled potential fragmentation and the emergence of competing blocs. Navigating this new reality is crucial for regional stability and prosperity. Despite challenges, AES member states made strides in governance, security, and economic development. Mali ended France's Operation Barkhane, boosting military cooperation with Russia. Niger expelled French and US bases, strengthening ties with Algeria and Turkey. Burkina Faso reclaimed territory from insurgents, ramping up military operations. The AES's success depends on translating individual achievements into collective progress. Leveraging unity to address shared challenges is key for a stable, prosperous Sahel. The emergence of the AES sent ripples across the global geopolitical landscape, prompting a re-evaluation of strategies and approaches by established powers. France, the former colonial power, felt the impact acutely, with the expulsion of its military bases and AES's growing ties with Russia. The United States also saw its influence wane, facing challenges to its security objectives. The EU had to review its aid programs. ECOWAS sought ways to mitigate the fallout and prevent further fragmentation within West Africa. Russia and China saw opportunities to deepen their engagement with the AES. The AES heralded a new era of multipolarity in the Sahel, with shifting alliances and a more assertive African voice. Stay informed and support our journey by subscribing to our channel.